Teacher, can you talk?
1, 2.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Oh, is this on? Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I forget the topic.
That's okay.
Last night I prepare, but cannot finish reading. Okay. You remember the topic?
Well, I don't remember all the questions exactly, but I did formulate some answers.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Today, I have teacher Rosemary from USA. Today, she will give you some advices how to learn English, the way to learn English, how we learn English, how we remember vocabulary, how we study English efficiently, how we study grammar, or how we remember English vocabulary. Today, she will give you the way to learn English, how to learn English. Some advice is good for English learner, for students who study English. Teacher Mary from USA, what your city?
Oh, I was raised in Texas, Dallas, Texas, but I live in Maryland near Baltimore.
The topic, I want to ask you the question today. Your advice to Thai student, how to study English efficiently in your opinion?
Okay. Well, I studied languages for about 6 years on the college level, and so I have quite a bit of experience with the frustrations of learning a language. I studied Slavic languages. My advice is, when you're learning a language, is to make a plan on a study plan. Decide exactly what you want to do. Do you only want to speak? Do you only want to read? Personally, I recommend that you learn both speaking and writing. So make a plan, set aside a certain amount of time every day. I believe it's important to study every day. Even if you have class every day, you need some study time. That studying might be listening to an English news broadcast, speaking with a native speaker, reading a book, or even dictating your own voice into your telephone and playing it back to yourself so you can hear how you're doing.
That's good advices. That's how to study English efficiently. For good advice from teacher Rosemary, we need to study with native speaker. We need to plan the lesson, right? We need to join the class. the best way to learn English in your opinion, study with native speaker, right? That's the way. And next topic about speaking. Many Thai students, many Thai people, they study English for a long time, but they cannot speak English. That the problem of Thai people, the problem of Thai students. Today, I want to ask you the question: how to speak English naturally?
Okay. All right. Well, of course, speaking is a problem for everyone who studies any language.
Yeah.
Because you tend to study as an adult, you learn your natural language as a child. Your vocabulary is small as a child because you're just beginning to learn your own language. So when you take on another language, you don't have to learn a lot. Also, when you're very young, you're not afraid of making mistakes. Adults become shy, become concerned because they know how to speak and think on an advanced level in their own language, and they think when they study English that they're going to be able to do this naturally. My first piece of advice is don't worry about mistakes. Everybody makes them. Remember, when you're speaking to an English speaker, it's likely that you speak Thai better than they do. So just remember, everybody has to start someplace. Really embrace your mistakes. Be happy for them, and then write down the mistakes and practice them. If you don't have somebody to speak with, listen to a newscast on the television. The BBC is a very good one for the accent that they speak in the UK. CNN is one that has a good American accent. So try to speak with a native speaker when you can. And when you can't speak with a native speaker, listen to an English broadcast of some sort. Try to imitate that.
Many Thai students, they start to study English when they get old. That's why they go slowly to learn. Me too.
Well, that's what happened to me when I study language.
Yeah. Okay. And next topic, I want to ask you the question: how to improve English speaking skill?
By practice. The more you speak, the better you'll get. The more you listen to an English speaker or talk to an English speaker, the more you're going to learn, and then it will become part of your language. But if you come to a class, listen in class, even if you listen well and participate fully, but don't spend any time when you go home, you're going to forget before the next day. So practice, practice, practice.
How to improve is a practice speaking every day. Good advice.
And also when you're listening to a newscast, for example, if you can repeat words, you hear a word, you try to say it yourself. I believe it's helpful. I also believe that dictating, speaking into a microphone, it's on the phone, it's on your computer, and then listening to your own voice so you can hear the difference between what the English speaker says and how you sound when you say it. I think that's a very helpful thing as well.
Practice every day. Practice and practice. Do again and again.
Yes.
Don't give up.
I know it's painful, but yes.
Painful. And for Thai students, grammar is no problem because we start to learn grammar when we were young. For Thai students, for Thai people, grammar is no problem. We know a lot of grammar. we know a lot of rules,
Yes.
language rule. But today I ask you the question: how to learn grammar? Some Thai students they are not good at grammar. I want to ask you how to learn grammar.
Okay. Well, some English speakers are not good at their own grammar, and that's something to remember.
Yeah.
I think you should get a grammar book. I think that you need to review the rules because they're different in each language. But most importantly, I believe, is to use that grammar in a sentence. Find an example sentence and basically memorize that sentence so that you understand whatever point of grammar you're trying to think of. It's not the rule you want to remember. You want to remember how it looks and sounds in a sentence. So grammar books will have an example of whatever point they're trying to teach. And I find that memorizing is very helpful. But just like when you learn vocabulary, it's much easier to remember vocabulary in a sentence than it is word by word by word. So I would emphasize learning grammar through example sentences.